Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back. I'm Sam, and I'm excited to tackle a skill that is often the difference between a junior developer and a future CTO. Today we explore Behaviour 5, B5. The standard says you must interact professionally with people from technical and non-technical backgrounds, and present data in a truthful, concise and appropriate manner. We have built your technical knowledge and your work ethic in B1. But here is the hard truth: if you cannot explain your brilliant work to the people who pay for it, it might as well not exist. Our objective today is to master the art of translation. You are the bridge between the complex engine room of IT and the strategic boardroom of the business. This behavior is your amplifier. It turns technical input into business impact. Let's learn how to speak both languages. Let's decode B5. It asks for two specific things. First, interaction. This is your live skill. It is what happens in a meeting or a hallway chat. It's about reading the room and adapting your language in the moment. Are you speaking to a fellow coder or a sales manager? You must switch dialects instantly. Second, presentation. This is your output skill, your emails, reports, and slide decks. The standard gives us a perfect rule here, the TCA rule. Your output must be truthful, factually accurate, concise, respecting time, and appropriate, tailored to the audience. Your goal in both is zero ambiguity. We want understanding, not confusion. Why is this so hard? Why do brilliant techies often struggle to explain things? It is because of the curse of knowledge. This is a cognitive bias. Once you know something deeply, like how a blockchain works, it becomes almost impossible to imagine what it feels like not to know it. You unconsciously assume everyone knows what an API is, or why a subnet matters. You speak in shorthand. The fix is conscious empathy. You must flip your mindset. Stop asking, what do I want to say, and start asking, what does this person need to hear to make a decision? That shift changes everything. Let's drill down into the TCA framework for your work outputs. Truthful. This connects to integrity. Never hide a red status report. If the data shows sales are down, or the project is late, report it. Thinning. The truth is unprofessional. Concise. Respect your reader's time. Always put the executive summary at the top. Use the 3-bullet rule. If you can't explain the problem in 3 bullet points, you don't understand it well enough yet. Details go in the appendix, not the headline. Appropriate. This is about fit. The tone for a client is formal. The tone for your team is collaborative. The format for a CEO is a dashboard. The format for an engineer is a log file. Giving the log file to the CEO is inappropriate presentation. How does this look in practice? For Chloe, our software engineer, imagine explaining technical debt to a manager. Bad B5 is saying, we need to refactor the monolithic architecture. The manager hears, expensive waste of time. Good B5 is saying, we need to clean up the code now, or adding new features next month will take twice as long. You translated technical debt into business speed. For Ben, our data analyst, your trap is showing too much. Bad B5 is showing 50 charts just because you made them. Good B5 is showing the one chart that answers the specific question. You say, the data shows sales are down specifically because of shipping delays in the north. You present the conclusion, not just the math. For our other colleagues, B5 is equally vital. Liam, as a network engineer, when the internet breaks, people panic. Your B5 skill is interacting calmly. You don't blame the router, you manage expectations. We are investigating and expect a fix in 20 minutes. That is professional. Maya, in cybersecurity, you need budget. Don't talk about firewall throughput. Talk about risk. This investment reduces the risk of a data breach by 80%. That is appropriate language for a finance director. For Tom and Aisha, our BASN consultants, you are professional listeners. You use playback techniques. So, what I heard you say is X. Is that correct? You ensure the data you capture is truthful by verifying it instantly. How do you apply this tomorrow? Here are 3 actions. Action 1, the jargon jar. Go to your sent items. Look at your last 3 emails to non-tech people. Highlight every acronym, API, SQL, DNS. Did they definitely know what those meant? If not, you failed B5. Rewrite 1 and save it as evidence. Action 2, the executive summary. For your next update or report, add a summary at the very top. Call it the TLDR, too long, didn't read, or management summary. State the conclusion first. This proves you can be concise. Action 3, ask for translation feedback. After you explain something in a meeting, ask a non-tech colleague, did that make sense, or did I get too technical? Their answer is gold. Document it. To evidence this in your portfolio, use the STARR method. Focus on how you communicated. Situation: I needed to explain a complex database failure that was going to delay the launch to the marketing director. Task: to manage expectations honestly without confusing them with technical details. Action: this is the B5 focus. I avoided talking about corruption and indexes. Instead, I focused on the impact to the timeline. I presented a concise, 3-point recovery plan in an email, putting the new launch date in the subject line. Result: the director understood the risk and agreed to the new timeline without panic. Reflection: I learned that clarity builds trust better than complexity. For your major project, B5 is happening everywhere. The report is the evidence. Does it have an executive summary? That shows conciseness. Is the language formal and professional? That shows appropriateness. Is your data cited? That shows truthfulness. If you have a presentation or viva, practice the 10-year-old test. Can you explain your project's value to a 10-year-old? If you can, you have mastered the subject. And my final tip: use diagrams. A good, simple diagram bridges the gap between technical and non-technical minds instantly. It is B5 in visual form. Let's recap. B5 is the art of translation. It combines empathetic interaction with truthful, concise, and appropriate presentation. You must fight the curse of knowledge every day. Your next step is to write an executive summary for whatever task you are currently working on. Practice getting to the point. In our next session, we will look at B6, participates in and shares best practice. We will move from communicating to teaching and elevating the whole team. Remember, great code is useless if no one understands what it does. Be understood. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you now feel more confident in mastering this topic. If you found value in this session, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and follow our channel. It really means a lot to me and helps the algorithm show these lessons to other apprentices just like you who need support. Don't forget, you can download today's slides and the full transcript at www.mentorinai.com EPA Hub. While you are there, check out our mock interview and portfolio review services to make sure you are fully ready for your EPA. See you in the next video. Keep learning.